Hello everybody, it's Mrs. Abraham. I'm outside. It's a beautiful day today, so I thought I'd be outside and we're going to do some growing science today. So before we get started, let's sing My Dear Jesus. How about if we clap and stomp? That's a good one, so you got to stand up for this. You ready? My dear Jesus, my dear Jesus, bless my day, bless my day. Help me to be like you. Help me to be like you in all ways. In all ways. All right. Well, I'm pretty excited. We have lots of things to learn about today with growing science. And I have some celery here that I bought at the store. So my celery doesn't have any roots on the bottom because when they cut it off at the farm to make it go to the grocery store, people don't usually want to buy the roots. So it just has a bottom. But if you can imagine my celery growing in the ground, the roots would be under the ground, and this part is called the stem. And up here we have the leaves. And then at the top, if this was growing outside, it would have had flowers at one time. Probably down lower though. So the flowers, the stem, and the leaves, and the roots that we don't see. Alright, so I'm going to tell you, let's talk about how we know that plants need lots of things to grow, right? They need good soil to grow in. They need sunshine. They need water. I have some water here. But God gives the plants water from rain that falls down from the sky. We had lots of rain this week. Did you know how plants get the water to go from the ground up into their flowers and their leaves? It's really cool, and I have a cool experiment that we're going to start today. Oh, I forgot something, but that's okay. Take one of the celery stalks, so you just rip it right off. It looks like this. And then you need to have your mom or your daddy cut it. It's real important that you have it freshly cut. So I have a knife out here and I'm just going to cut it. So you need to have it so it's cut. And you can see when you're at your house doing this, because you might have some celery at your house, you can see the bottom in there. There's all these little, they're almost like straws. So we're going to put that into a cup. And I'm going to pour in some water. Okay? About that much. Don't need to fill it all the way up. Now, the thing I forgot is some food coloring. So I'm going to, later on after I'm done with this video, I'm going to put some food coloring in here. I'll probably put some blue in. If you get to do this at your house, you can put whatever color in you want. And the cool part of watching this, and I'll show a picture of it later this week, is when you put the food coloring in, after a little while, after about half of the day, you can see what happens, how the water gets all the way up to the top. You'll be able to see it in there. So that's how we're going to do that experiment. So that one we'll have to keep an eye on later on this week. All right, let's see. What else do I have here? So what are the 4 things that plants need to grow? Let's remember. Soil. I have some soil in this cup, right? Plants need a seed to grow, right? Plants need sunshine. And plants need water that comes down from the sky. So let's sing I'm a Seed. And Eli's recording me today. I gotta move around over here so you can see, so we can do I'm a Seed together. Here's Twister. Hi, Twister. Alright, Twister, we're gonna do I'm a Seed. Ready? Gotta get down like a seed. I'm a seed that's in the ground. I need sunshine and water. First a stem, some leaves, and then pop, I'm a flower. You can sing that song at home anytime you want. That's a lot of fun. It helps us to remember what plants need to grow. Alright, so we talked about soil. I have here it is. This is a Gatorade bottle. I just kept it and rinsed it out. And I have a bucket full of soil here. Okay? I got this from my yard. Hopefully this stuff won't blow away. I have a bucket full of soil. So, let's see. We're going to do something with this soil. We're going to put soil, actually I have a spoon, it will work better than my scoop. I'm going to put some of this soil, and you're going to want to probably do this kind of stuff outside because it's a little bit messy. You're going to put a bunch of soil into, and whatever you dig up in the soil, there might be rocks in your soil, there might be some worms in your soil, there might be some grass in your soil. Getting a little bit windy out here. Got to scoop up lots of soil. I'm going to not fill it all the way up. just part way. There might, like I said, there could be worms or bugs in your soil. There could be some small sticks in your soil. All right, one more scoop. All right, so we've got our soil. Now I'm going to take some water. I'm not going to use that water. I brought some water. This is just water from my house. I'm going to pour some water in this. And then we're going to watch it. So right now, what do you see? I just see, it looks like mud. But I can see it. I'm going to get closer to Eli. You can see the dirt starting to fall down just a little bit. You can see where it was. It was up here. So we're going to let that sit too, and we're going to watch this for a week, and I'm going to come back and check on it. But at your house you could do this experiment and you could watch what happens with the dirt. And if you put the cover on, then you could shake it up real good. And that way you'll be able to see what happens with the dirt. You'll see the different parts of the dirt. So that's a cool thing to watch over the week along with your celery experiment. All right, let's see what else I have. These are all things we would be doing at school if we were at school, right? So hopefully you planted your grass seed a long time ago. I just planted mine yesterday, so it hasn't started growing yet. Eli, can you zoom in on that? All you can see there is dirt, and I put a little bit of water in there. But I have my grass seeds buried in there, and they'll start growing, just like yours did. I have some other seeds I'd like us to grow today. Let me just get it's kind of windy out here, so I got to keep my papers from blowing away. Here we go. All right, I thought it would be really cool to grow an herb garden. Does anybody know what herbs are? Herbs are plants that grow and that we put into our food, and they make our food taste really good. When we had when we had smelling day a while ago, we got to smell some herbs like cilantro, and we got to smell oregano that you put into spaghetti. So herbs are things that grow and that we put into our food. Now Luca bought me this really cool little growing garden where you can see exactly what's in it. What do you think is in it so far? Yep, soil. Lots of soil. I put some soil in it that I got from my yard. Now, I didn't put anything else in it. I didn't put any water in it. I didn't put any seeds in it yet, just soil. But you can see some of the moisture already in there just because the soil had moisture in it. So I have some seed packets, some herbs that I was going to put in. I have some cilantro, which I love to eat. It's a really good vegetable that we can put into our tacos and other food. I'm going to come closer with these seeds. They're small little balls. Okay, so I have some cilantro seeds. I'm going to drop those right in here on this side. I had about 5 or 6 of them. I have some basil. Basil is really good in spaghetti. Let me get those seeds out. These ones are tiny. Tiny little seeds. See how small those are? Those are really tiny seeds. Now seeds won't hurt you if you tried to eat them, but they're not yummy. You don't really want to eat them. I'm going to drop those in there too next to the cilantro because they can grow together. Now I just dropped them in there. Can you zoom in on that, Eli, and see the seeds on the top? You probably can't see the basil seeds. I can't see them either, but I know they went in. You can see the cilantro seeds. Now I have some other really cool seeds. These ones are called nasturtium, and they're flowers. But they're actually flowers that grow and they're beautiful. But you can eat them. They're called edible flowers. Some flowers aren't safe to eat. These are big, kind of funny shaped balls, these seeds. So some flowers are not safe to eat. Don't eat flowers unless your mom and daddy tell you can. But the cool thing about these ones is that they are safe to eat. So we're going to plant them in. I don't know what they taste like. I'm just going to drop them in. You can see them falling because these ones are big. Alright, now I'm going to I brought a pencil out here because I thought that would work good for my little garden here. So I'm just going to poke my seeds into the soil. just poking them in. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to poke these cilantro seeds and these basil seeds in. Make sure they get in and that there's soil on top of them. Okay, now we need to give them some water. So I have my, this works really good for this kind of planting. Wind is taking my things here, just a second, friends. Okay, this is called a turkey baster. You probably have one in your kitchen. So we're going to give our seeds a little bit of water. We don't want to give them too much because that would drown them. That's why this turkey baster works really good. You can just squirt a little bit in there. Can you see the soil getting wet? Alright, that was probably enough. I'm going to poke my pencil in here again because I see some of these cilantro seeds coming up. I want to get them all in. So now, I'll let you know how this goes. I'll send some pictures or take another video of this later on in the week. And we can see some of these seeds will grow. On the package it says how long it takes. Some of these will start to come up in just a couple of weeks. So we'll start to see something grow. In just a couple of days, I meant to say. Alright, another really cool way that you might have one of these at your house. I found this in a magazine. I wanted to just show this to you. This is, cards go in this. Cards like baseball cards and football cards. You might have some of these, or you might be able to find some at your house if you wanted to grow a really fun garden. It's called a hanging garden. I just put some soil, there's all these pockets, and I put some soil in, and then I put some seeds in, and I'm going to show that to you in another week or so and see what's growing. And then you can just use it to hang it. You can use, I have these suction cup things at my house, so you can just hang it up, and I'm going to hang it on my window over there, and then it will get lots of sunlight. So we'll check in on this again in another week or so. Those are some ways that you can grow gardens right in your house or right by your house. You could also do it with little cups like we did with our grass seed. Okay, let's see what else we have. I am going to, remember you got one of these? You probably already planted your seeds in these. I gave you some bean seeds. But I have a really fun way that I found of growing without soil. Because we know that most of the time plants need soil to grow. But did you know that God made seeds so great, so amazing, that sometimes they can grow even when they don't really have any soil. So I have some of these cotton balls, and I'm going to get them wet. Okay, so I'm dunking it in my water, and I'm going to stick the cotton balls right into my bag. Whoops, I forgot that I already put some seeds in there. Let me take those out. Okay, got to get another cotton ball out of my pocket. Cotton balls are blowing away. Dunk it in the water, get it all wet. Drop it into my bag. 2 more cotton balls. Get them all wet. Drop them into my bag. Okay, now I'm going to take those bean seeds. So let me show you the bean seeds. You probably planted your bean seeds with soil. I'm going to try planting mine with just wet cotton balls. So I'm going to drop a bunch of bean seeds in here. I don't know how this is going to go. I've never done this before. Drop these bean seeds right into those wet cotton balls. Can you see them? You see the bean seeds in there? They got to be touching the cotton balls. And then we'll see. We'll check on these in a couple days. I'm going to hang this up in the sunshine too. And we'll see how this grows. So we have all kinds of cool growing science started. All right. So friends, I told you we had celery, right? Had a whole stalk of celery. Well, I actually had 2 stalks. And one of them I cut off. So it looks like this. Because I have a cool experiment for us to start. So I'm going to take this celery. I cut the long part off, and this is just the bottom part. This is probably the part you wouldn't really eat. I'm going to put it into a bowl, and I'm going to put some water in. Pour some water right in there. And then I'm going to let this sit in the sunshine for a few days, because I want to see if sunshine and water can make this celery that I cut off start to grow new celery. It might not get as big as it was. It might not get this big. But that's another fun growing experiment that you can do. And I have another one. Oh my goodness, all these fun growing things. The sweet potato, these are all things we would do at school. This is a sweet potato, or it might be called, you might call it a yam. And they're really yummy if you boil them and cook them. I'm going to cut this in half. You gotta have a mommy or daddy do this. Hey Sammy! Hey, sorry friends, but Twister went outside and she's at the neighbor's house. Sammy, you need to come and get Twister. Okay, so take a look at this sweet potato that I cut in half. See, it's orange. She's over there, bud. I'm going to put it into this shallow little bowl, upside down. When you see this sweet potato, it doesn't have anything growing on it, right? It just has the outside, bumpy. Put it right in there with some water. I'm going to pour some water in. Let me move this so you can see it good. And we're going to let this one grow too. And we're going to see after a week or two if this one starts to grow some new leaves and some new, maybe even some new stems or a flower. So we're going to watch all these things for a while. Boys and girls, there's one more thing I want to do with you today. If I can find my notes that didn't blow away. No, maybe that was everything. I think that was all the things I wanted to show you, all the growing science today. I do have some books I'm going to read you later, so you'll be getting another video for me to watch soon. I have some growing books and some funny books to read for you. And before I go, I noticed these are growing outside, so if you're outside in your garden, in your yard, I mean, you might be able to find some beautiful, these are actually technically weeds, but they are beautiful and they do grow this time of year all around people's yards. Alright, boys and girls, let's sing our goodbye song. Are you ready? Now it's time to end our day, end our day, end our day. Now it's time to end our day. Jesus bless our day. See you later, everybody.